Morning. I love it that I'm shooting at night and you don't get to see my rough melon. Anyway, there's been a bit of lightning around and I thought I'd come out with a camera and try and catch a few snaps. Basically, my setup is using a light, which is funnily enough called a Pluto trigger, and it sits up on top there and plugs into my camera shutter release there with that cord. And the setup, the settings I use for this, hold on a sec, I'll turn that flash off. There we go. So I want to get exposures probably around 3 or 4 seconds in case there's multiple strikes. Go okay, and then I'll go for between f8 and f11 and ISO 400 being nighttime. You might have to adjust a few of those depending on the light, and of course then I want to focus on something as far away as possible. So see how we go there. Oh, sorry, this is not okay. That's not too bad. I'll set that, and everything's in manual. Exposure, of course, focus, and shutter speed. So that's the basic settings I use. Take a few test shots and see how they look. And then with the Pluto trigger, it's operated through an app, which I'll go through in a sec. And doesn't look like there's much lightning happening at the moment. Of course, safety is paramount. You don't want to be sitting there and have a strike ruin all your gear. All right. So now I've opened up the Pluto trigger app, and on the main menu there's so many things. This is a great little unit that you can use it for, but I'll scroll down to the or find the lightning. Oh, there it is, bang, lightning. So we're on that. This bottom button or circle down in the lower right is basically it sets everything ready for the exposure. I think it uses a bit more battery and it gives you more chance of catching the strike. It's not 100% needed, but anyway, I always throw it on. I don't know the full details on it. And of course you've got two of these circular areas here. The inner one is the one that adjusts how sensitive the trigger will be to any changes in light that'll fire off your camera shutter. So if you start off around here, you might start getting a lot of shots without any strikes happening. And if that's the case, well then you just lower it back down. It's just a matter of playing around. So yeah, it's just triggered off then. There was no strikes. So I'll adjust. Yeah, it's going again. So that's set way too sensitive. So I'll just back that off. I usually find around here isn't too bad. And then press play. And there it is. Any strikes and the camera will fire off automatically, which is great. And there it goes. No strikes that time. It's a bit hit and miss, but generally works pretty well. Alright, so I'll stop it again there. So I might decrease the sensitivity just a touch and try again. Press play. I'll leave a link for these units in the description. I think this one cost me about 150 bucks, but it is really good. And yeah, there's so many different applications you can use it for, as you can see here. But yeah, I love it. Alright, the next will be on the computer with any shots I've got and show you how I process them. And once again, big shout out to the 20 odd subscribers I got, and a special mention to the half a dozen that actually watch any of these. Alright, cheers. I've got my one picture that I managed to get this morning. I'll open that up with Lightroom, saved it in a folder that I've got set up here, and give it a few tweaks and see how it looks. Probably won't be the best, but one's better than none. Loading up. There we go. Add one photo. And yeah, only such a small area, so I'll crop that. Bring it down a bit. Yeah, that will do. I'll go back over to the right and these three edit bars there. I might turn the exposure up a little bit. Don't want to go too high. Blows everything out. Just a touch. A little bit of contrast. Leave the shadows. Play around with all of these and see what they do, but it's all to your own personal preference. I'll turn the blacks up a little bit and turn the temperature down a touch, maybe a touch more. Vibrance maybe a little bit, and I'll give it a bit of clarity. But introducing too much clarity will also introduce a lot of noise. You can see all here, which with the noise reduction over here on the right, I'll try and take a bit of that out with the luminance. Yeah, not too bad. Take a bit of colour noise out. Anyway, that's not too bad, so I'll save that as a JPEG. Large, and there we go. So hopefully you might have picked up a few tips. All right, see you later.